she gets to work with Spark. Really? I don't think that's fair. Really. But anyway, I get sad when young people die. I was mortified when Robin Williams died. Too young and too tragic. But 83, Leonard had a good long life, fulfilling, pretty much I think did everything he wanted to do, and so, you know, it was his time. So I hope wherever he is that he's looking down and he's happy. That's all I can say.
First, I just wanted to thank you for what you said about women needing to see women like themselves on television. I work with young girls and young women, and that is so vital, and thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, I grew up with Twiggy as my role model. You know, eating disorder, you know, 20 years of eating disorders later, and see, people always say, oh, the media has nothing to do with it. The media has everything to do with it. Everything to do with it. And please tell your girls, if you have daughters, would you please tell them and try and instill into their brains that these days, no photo that they see has not been photoshopped. No one looks like that. It's all fake. So, you know, try and instill that into their brains, absolutely. Really. I feel very strongly about it. You're welcome.
If you had any stories you could share about when you worked on The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, wow. I did an episode of Sherlock Holmes with the greatest Sherlock of all time, which was Jeremy Brett. I love Benedict as much as the next person, but that's not authentic Sherlock Holmes. Jeremy Brett, as far as I was concerned, was it. And he wasn't a very not so friendly. He didn't make friends easily, so I didn't really know him that well. But I was just really pretty much starting out in my career. And even when I wasn't working, I would go to the studio and just sit and watch him. Because he was a master class, he really was, and I wanted to learn as much as I could from him. So many layers and depths and stuff going on in everything. He was brilliant. He died too young, in my opinion. So it was just fantastic. But I wish that I didn't have to learn Italian. Michael Dorn watches that and he goes, "Do you speak Italian?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, did he really hit you? And I went, "Yes." Yes, he did really hit me. But he asked first. He said, "Can I actually slap you?" And I went, "Yeah, go ahead." Because I have a really high threshold for pain. In fact, I was at the doctor's the other day getting a physical. It's got nothing to do with anything. But I had a big bruise on my arm and he goes, "How did you do that?" And I said, "I have no idea." Really? He said, "But that must have really hurt." I said, "Not really, not necessarily. I've got skin like a rhinoceros, really, I think." But then he goes, "I have to ask you, is everything okay with your husband?" I said, "Oh, bless you, doctor." I said, "If the truth be known, I just punched him the other day." And he goes, "Why?" And I goes, "Well, I said to him, well, listen, first of all, I've been in Seattle for 3 days and it hasn't rained. Right? In February in LA, it was 95 degrees and we haven't seen a spot of rain in months. So I said to Michael, the next person who denies climate change to me, I'm going to effing punch him." And he went, "Well, actually," and I went, boom. And he went, "Me? You punched me?" I said, "The next person." I didn't qualify. Yes, dear.
Hi. I was going to ask you about the whole, how you got the Sir Old Baldy stuff, but you kind of answered that already.
Okay.
But Denise was at con in Spokane, and she was talking about how everybody had their own wardrobe robe before the set.
Well, actually, I didn't have a robe. She had a robe. Jonathan had a pink chenille robe. He's very comfortable with his feminine side now, Jonathan. Actually, Jonathan is a force of nature. You've met him before, right? He's been here before. I swear to God, that first day in the makeup trailer when we were doing the makeup test, when he walked in, it was like the atmosphere in the room changed. He's amazing. I love him with all my heart. Is there a question? I know I interrupted you, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to see what kind of robe you had, or if you had any.
Actually, I did steal a robe. I stole a lot of shit from the set. You know, the people who asked if they could have stuff were told no. Right? So I just took it. So, 3 spacesuits. A beautiful robe, actually. It's pink satin, and I think it was from the old days of Hollywood, because it was like an evening dress almost. You know, like padded shoulders, like gorgeous. So I took that. You know our directors' chairs. They have the show on one side, and then your name on the other side. And what the tradition is that you take the fabric part of the chair, of the director's chair, with your name on it. Well, it was a high chair, and I thought, well, that would come in handy at home. Because, you know, sometimes if I'm going to a red carpet or something, I have the makeup person come to my house. That's the right height chair. I'm taking the whole chair. So I took the chair, and I'm walking off the set, and one of our producers said, what are you doing? I said, I'm taking my chair. She said, you can't take your chair. I said, I'm taking the effing chair. Okay, good, take the chair. And I went, well, that was easy. So I went back. So I went into observation. Thought that's a comfy chair to watch TV in. They didn't let me take that chair. Now, after 9/11, it all got, I think we still had one movie to do after 9/11. And so it all became like a nightmare getting on the lot because they were searching under the cars with mirrors and, you know, checking everything. The captain's chair was stolen twice. I said to the security guards, maybe you should be checking people leaving as opposed to coming in, right? I think what they used to do was, we were next door to a cemetery. I think they used to chuck the chairs over into the cemetery and then go get them. But when we were shooting Nemesis, Enterprise was on the air, and again, Patrick's chair was, or actually throne. Patrick's throne was stolen. Well, it was a throne, really, wasn't it? And so, Scott Bakula, who I adore, went to props and arrived at lunchtime with a little kindergarten chair that said Captain's Chair with a K and presented it to old Baldy. Yes. Yes, dear. You're welcome. Hello.
Hello.
What are you?
I'm on sci-fi Star Wars.
Your sci-fi Star Wars.
My
Okay.
own creation. And I brought for
Yeah, I see the
Robida and Isan.
And who's that?
Isan.
Who's that?
Isan, the new guy.
What new guy?
From Star Wars.
I know nothing about the new Star Wars because only the first 3 were any good. So I'm sorry.
No, you okay.
Only the ones with Harrison Ford in it were any good. I'm sorry. You know what they lost after the first 3? The humour.
Yeah.
The humour. And you know what? It's like, you're not curing cancer here, folks. It's a bloody movie. Anyway, don't get me started. Okay. Yes, dear.
Marina, I'm from Germany. And
Oh, right. Where from?
I've been born I got to school in Mannheim. I've been a
In
captain's.
Mannheim?
Yeah, I've been a captain's daughter. I drove the big ships.
My friend lives in Mannheim.
Then you know the big cargo ships, the
Yes,
huge
the cargo,
ships.
yes.
That's my heritage, and I drove this. I'm 50 now,
Bless your heart.
and I grew up with you.
Thank
you. You surprised me. You came on the stage. You know, in Germany they have a different interpreter. I never know you had this English accent. My English is still not like perfect, but you have this English accent.
Right.
I never know.
You didn't know I was
You came in. First time I hear you English speaking.
Yeah, I'm not only am I English, and I don't call myself British, and there's a reason for that. It's because only the English call themselves British.
It's in Germany translated
Yeah,
English.
but
so.
in the Irish, the Scots and the Welsh never call themselves British.
Oh, really?
Never. So my campaign is I'm English, right? When an Irishman calls himself British, then I'll call myself British.
So,
And hell will freeze over, I think, before that happens. Yes,
so
dear.
in this time, I like to say thank you that you did time and jumping in for somebody cancelled and you're spending the birthday with us.
Oh,
I like
bless
to
your
say
heart.
thank you very much. And you're right, Leon, Mr. Spoke.
Yes.
He had a nice life and I thank you for his heritage you leave here. And I'm still my condolence for him. And you was maybe not big friends. I mean, you know, it's just
Yeah,
always hard.
it's part of the
body.
Star Trek family,
Yes.
exactly.
So my condolences. And I saw what you did Norman chose the film. You had not the chance, did Voyager. What was Norman you really dreamed doing a movie? You started really making sci-fi and all
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
but how did your other dream before you got the role of
Okay,
Voyager?
well, my dream actually,
As Troy.
as Troy.
Yeah, as
Troy.
Yeah, sometimes I get the word
No,
not
no,
perfect.
darling, no. I'm only really interested in being Troy with TNG people.
Oh, okay.
I have to be honest. I like some of the others, but not all of them.
And then I lost your dream.
There's
What
some
is
of
your
them.
dream?
My dream is actually to play the classic roles in the theatre. That's
Oh,
my dream.
thank
That's
you.
my dream. That's my dream. Yeah.
So what the role is?
You know, I'm waiting for them to do Medea because that's what I want to play. I want to play Medea. Yeah. Yeah. I want to kill my children. Yes. I don't have children of my own to kill, so no, I'm very strict with children. I think that's what's wrong with the world right now is we don't hit our children enough. No, I actually believe that. You can't negotiate with a 3-year-old. Their brains don't work properly yet. A little short shot on the back is all they need. I'm not saying beaten. I was beaten, and there's a difference. But a little short on the back side just gives them a little short, sharp shot, and it's
I
all
agree.
good. You agree,
I
right?
agree.
You agree.
Abusing and giving a little restriction, giving them a border is a big,
Absolutely.
big difference.
I'm sick of going to friends' houses where the kids run the household.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're kids. They're kids. You know, when I was a kid, it was like, the worst thing was like going to visit your parents' friends, right? Because we didn't have iPads, we didn't have, stuff to use us. You had to just sit there and listen to the grown-ups talking, So kids have got it really great now, but I think it's gone a little too far. They're a little bit too entitled and spoiled. And I know a lot of you are out there going, I don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. This is Councillor Troy now, not Marina Sirtis.
So, how long do you say you have friends in Mannheim? You will
Yes.
ever go visit Mannheim?
I will. One of my best friends that I went to school with, Angela, lives in Mannheim.
What for school? I got in the Johannes Kepler Schule.
No, she came to school with me in England.
Oh, in England?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, darling.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Fly safe home and happy birthday.
Thank you. Tschüss.
Alles Gute zum Geburtstag.
Dankeschön.
Gern geschehen.
Hello. Good.
I know there's a lot of questions going on, but I wanted to ask you one about voice acting work.
Yes.
Specifically gargoyles. How did you get involved with that? How did it involved?
Okay, Gargoyles I auditioned for. And originally, I went in to read for Alyssa. And they went, you know what? There's another part that we think you're more right for. So, can you come back tomorrow because we don't have the copy with us today? I went, sure. And I went back the next day and I read Demona and I got the job. And when we were actually recording it, I said to Greg Wiseman, the creator of the show, so who else did you audition for Demona? And he went, you were the first. I went, yeah, I know, but who did you audition? He went, you were the first. And I went, okay, so basically I nailed it. You didn't see anybody else. He went, right. And then I went, I'm taking that as a compliment, despite the fact that that means they didn't think they would find anyone more evil than me. I have to say, and if any of you voted in this poll, thank you, because Demona was recently voted the #1 afternoon Disney villain. And when I read that, I was Yeah, by people with very long memories. But yeah, that was great, and I loved playing her. And we actually did it like a radio play, so everyone was in the room at the same time, which is fun. Sitting in a sound booth with headphones on and a microphone isn't really acting. To me, acting is looking into another person's eyes, reacting to them. Listen, I don't turn it down, because we all have bills to pay, but it's not my favourite form of acting, I'll put it that way.
Thank you.
Plus, only Greg Wiseman ever hires me for anything. So, I pretty much have to keep on his sweet side, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now, what is a fake geek girl?
There's a kind of a thing going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's a thing that I don't know
Yeah.
about. All
You're
right.
a real geek girl, don't worry about it.
I'm not a real geek. I'm the opposite of a geek. I'm a Luddite. I hate technology. In fact, one of my crazy fans apparently has just deleted my Twitter account.
Oh my god.
I know.
Well, on the bright side, you'll survive to fight on when the robots come to fight the rest of us.
I'll be dead by then, thank the Lord. Okay. Yes, dear.
Well, first I just wanted to say that, honestly, you seem like a really great role model for women because
Oh,
you're
thank you.
teaching the rest of us how to chew holes in people and get in our way.
Okay.
I think that's very valuable. And second of all, I recommend you look at the roles in Iphigenia and Aulus.
Yes, I know all the Greek stuff. Yeah, being Greek, Greek descent. Yeah, that's
exactly.
me. But Medea really, there are some of the roles like Antigone that I'm too old for now. Electra I'm too old for, even though I just saw Kristen Scott Thomas do it. She was too old for it too. But there are certain roles I'm too old for now, but there are some that I can still play. But thank you.
You're very welcome. And the question I had actually was, is there a role you've done that you wish more people would go out and find?
Yes, I'm glad you asked me that. So this is your task after the convention. After Diana, my favorite ever role was in a movie called Green Street Hooligans 2. Stand Your Ground. Ethan, what's his face? What's his name? Was he in Lord of the Rings? No, Elijah Wood, that's the one. Elijah Wood was in it. Elijah Wood was in the first one. It's about soccer hooligans. And I play the part of probably one of the most evil women characters you've ever seen on the screen. And she's the prison guard. She's the chief prison guard in the men's prison. She was awesome. I couldn't wait to get to work every morning. Apart from when I had to beat Ross McCall with a, baton, like a nightstick. And I was just, it was obviously not a real one, it was like a bendy rubber one. But I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, is that all right? I'm really sorry. No, go ahead. But I loved playing Mavis. She was running drugs in the prison, she was beating people up, she was having people killed, she was amazing. I loved her. So, and also that was, I really, to get that part, I read the script, I said to my agent, I have to go in on this. And so we called the director and producer and he was like, Marina really wants to come in on this. And he said, no, well, we know Marina and we know her work. We don't think she's right for this. We're auditioning people this week. If we don't find anybody, we'll bring her in next week. So they didn't, thank God. And so the following week, and then my agent got all high and mighty. Like, well, it's a low-budget indie, so you shouldn't have to audition, they should just offer it to you. And I went, no, they're not going to offer it to me, because they think I'm Deanna Troi, right? So I have to audition. So I went in, and when I finished the audition, the director's mouth was hanging to his knees, I swear. He went, where did you find her? And I'm like, you don't want to know. I had, when they say you were born on the wrong side of the tracks? Where I was born, no tracks. That's how bad it was, right? I was in a motorcycle gang when I was 14 years. Listen to this, children. Pay no attention. I was really, really quite a hard nut. And there were elements, of my past in there. But I loved her. I loved playing her. So please, 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 if you can see it, see it. I think you'll be amazed. I mean, when one of the atmosphere said to the director, well, Marina's a butch dyke, right? I was like, yes! Yes! My work is done. I nailed it. That was exactly what I was going for. So I was very happy. So please go see it. You'll be very shocked. Or actually, you can't go see it. You have to get it, you know, VD it. I don't know if it's on Netflix or anything like that. So we can do one more. Oi! One more question. Whenever, you see, in England or in London, we say oi instead of hey. So whenever I say oi, Jonathan goes, did you oi him? Yes, I oied him, yes.
Are there any scenes from the show that you can watch over and over and still enjoy, and also ones that make you want to shoot the writer?
Darling, there were some episodes in the first season. Two spring to mind. Code of Honor. Really? They couldn't see that was racist from the get-go? Really? Then there was Angel 1. There's this planet run by women for centuries. Okay, the boys are running around in little ballerina outfits, but you know, that's all right. But they basically, the women have been in charge forever. And then Riker shows up. Oh, sorry. He makes one speech, and they consider changing their form of government. If it was that easy, George Bush wouldn't have been president for 8 years. So, there are a few in the first season that make my skin crawl, but I think it just got better and better after that. I did feel we were kind of stuck in the 60s a little bit at the beginning of TNG, so I'm glad that passed. Now, before I go, because they've got a hook out there to get me, because I've gone over, I don't care. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Come and drag me off stage? I'd like to see you try. Listen, I make jokes about Star Trek, I know I do, and I am very irreverent up here. I hope you all realise that I know Star Trek was the best and most important thing that happened in my life. No doubt. My husband would be pissed at that because he would say he would be the most important thing. Except that if I hadn't done Star Trek, I wouldn't have met him, right? So, and I think sometimes a lot of people where I live, in the business, forget exactly why we have all the blessings in our lives that we do. And it's because of you. You turn on your TV sets. You buy movie tickets. Not so much Nemesis, I've never forgiven you for that. But you go out and, I don't know, you don't even buy, I mean I would still buy CDs and DVDs, but you don't. I know you download all that stuff and whatever you do with it. But it's the public that basically gives us in show business everything we have. And I think a lot of people, not my friends, but a lot of other people forget that. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for my car, my house, the clothes that I'm wearing. I was totally skint, broke when I got Star Trek. I was in the minus column. And now I'm like appearing in front of thousands of people doing what I love to do the most. There aren't enough words for me to thank you for everything you've given me. Really. Thank you guys. God bless.